Hello and welcome back to another video. Last time I said I would do the photographs for that side quest for the Crossbell news service, Grace to be exact. I would do them on my own, so I did. I only took 2 pictures. I looked it up on the internet. You can take like 9 pictures. And you have to do it like at day 4 or something, and then you get like the most DP, but I don't have to get the most DP. I'm fine with this. So let's hand it in. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. Looks like you managed to take a lot of photos. I'll call Grace and let her know. Are you ready to submit them? Submit. Okay, this should be all of them. Yep, looks like you managed to take enough. Also, could you return the orbital camera you borrowed? We'll start developing the photos right away. Ah, I nearly forgot about that. I'm excited to see how they turn out. Yep, we'll get right on it. Grace should be waiting on the 2nd floor for you. Welcome back, guys. A job well done. The photos you brought are finally developed and raring to go. Let's take a peek, shall we? Ah, the rustic landscape of Old Amorica Road. Just one glance fills me with tranquility. This is one of the pictures I took without off screen. Oh, this is Amorica's flower garden. Their delicious honey is to die for. Oh, whoa, these are mysterious ruins hanging over by the mouth of Lupinus River. I also took this one without or off screen. Remove the monsters from the equation and this would be the ideal date spot. What the heck? Where'd you even take this? I gotta say, the emptiness brings a soothing tranquility. Is this Stargazer's tower? It's not exactly the safest place to go, but it's still a nice and quiet spot away from the bustle of the city. Unbelievable. Each and every one of them is flawless. Masterfully done, Ellie. If I'm being totally honest, this is the kind of work that puts most professionals to shame. Consider me impressed. I'd better start looking into a way to convince Ellie to replace Rains as our main photographer. I think that's a little too much. I'm relieved you enjoyed them, though. Ha ha ha, you hear that, Mademoiselle? Masterfully done, she says. Reaching the quota will do wonders for our progress, I assure you. Though we could still use a few more, I'm sure Rains will be able to give me a hand later. All that is left to do is add a nifty little introduction and then it'll be completely finished, alright? I'm glad to hear that, Grace. I see it. I see it was wise to trust in the eye of a detective. You were able to track down all these glorious spots like it was nothing. Maybe you guys should consider changing careers and becoming official tour guides. What do you say? I hope you're not implying another request. No. Anyway, you really saved my skin. I'll keep you guys on the speed dial for whenever I need you, okay? Yes, well, instead of that, just submit another support request, okay? Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Well then, duty calls, so I'll leave you be. Bye-bye. Man, leave it to Grace to submit a request that makes us work up a sweat. True, but I hadn't held a camera in so long. It was actually pretty fun taking those pictures. I actually don't mind doing a request like this every once in a while. Huh, same here. On the other hand, keeping up with Grace can become exhausting after a while. Yeah, you could say that again. Alright, so we did that one. Now it's time to do the last support request for the day. I'm sure there'll be more tomorrow. Check request. Important item retrieval. I request your assistance in the search for a lost item, if you please. For details, see Warrant Officer Mirelle, the commanding officer of Belgard Gate. Alright, we need to go to Belgard Gate. First of all, let's heal in the we should heal ourselves in the hotel. It's kinda expensive though. It's kinda expensive. Alright, Belgard Gate is like the west exit, right? I think it's the west exit. Belgard Gate. How are you gonna turn around right there? Oh, we have a little scene, do we? And we have another scene. What in the world is this? Huh? Was this here the other day? Let's take a little peek, shall we? Randy, is something wrong? This thing is one of the CGF's armored cars. Why is it here? On top of that, they went as far as to conceal it with this tarp. Conceal is a bit much. It's barely hiding the thing at all. In fact, this half-assed attempt to hide the thing only makes it more conspicuous. Oh yeah, didn't we get a support request from someone at Belgard Gate? Maybe this armored car has something to do with it. I believe that the request was a search for a lost item, Lloyd. What the fuck are you talking about? And as for a client, it was Warrant Officer Mirelle. Randy, have you heard of her? Yeah, I know her. She is a former co-worker of mine. Back then, she was just a sergeant major, but she moved up in the ranks pretty quickly. She may be busy with work, but we should try asking her about the request. Perhaps you could casually bring up the armored car if you're so interested in it. Good idea. Alright, let's pay her a visit. I mean, where would she be? Where would she be? There's no map. Who's this guy? Oh, I should hurry and move out. I don't want to miss even a second of this year's anniversary festival. Well, I'm afraid to tell you, but you already missed a few seconds. But she's wearing a uniform, so I would say she's probably in here. This is her. Oh, come on. It couldn't have just up and disappeared. If I don't find it soon. Yo, Mirelle. How's my favorite CGF soldier doing? Randy? Wait. Randy? What are you doing there? And just who are these three? Oh, sorry about that. I'm Lloyd Bennings of the Crossbell Police Department Special Support Section. We came by to ask about the support request you submitted to us. Oh, now that I think about it, Randy did mention something about a special support section. And I did send a request into you guys too, didn't I? I completely forgot. Oh, that's alright. I'm sure you must have been swamped with your work. Ha. Classic Mirelle. She just puts on a serious face, but she's really not at all there. Excuse me? Someone like you has no right to say that to me. Let's try to settle down, shall we? I know it's sudden, but would you mind explaining the request to us? The CGF wouldn't be coming to us for help unless it's really needed. So I've been curious to learn the details. Ahem, yes, that's correct. Forgive me for losing focus for a moment there. So, we've been searching the premises here at Belgard Gate for a certain crucial item that's gone missing. Normally, finding it would be our top priority, but as you can see, we're running short of manpower during the anniversary festival. That's why we decided to ask for some assistance in the matter. I think we understand the situation. So what exactly are you looking for? It's the key to the armored car that the Guardian Force has just deployed. It's one of the newer models. A new model? I'd only heard rumors about it, so I take that it has... What? I had only heard rumors about it, so I take it that it has finally been deployed? I fail to understand how you could have lost something so valuable. Let me guess. The commander? I suppose that wasn't a hard guess. It wasn't, how so? Well, it started yesterday. The commander threw an exclusive party to ring in Crossbell's 70th anniversary. Over the course of the night, the commander drank much more alcohol than he should have. And then he had one of the soldiers drive our new armored car to his party. Must have been trying to win over the higher-ups by showing off his new shiny ride. How very tasteless. Once the commander returned and had the car parked inside the gate, he snatched the key from the driver. And later, it just vanished from his possession somehow. Now that we can't move the car, we had no choice but to tarp over it in a last-ditch effort to conceal it. I was wondering what I was doing outside. But was that really your best move? The tarp almost makes it even more conspicuous. Well, if they left their car as is, it would probably raise a lot of questions they don't wish to answer. For example, why exactly is the CGF's new heavy-duty armored car actively deployed inside of the border gate? If the Imperial Army took it as a threat, I'm not sure we'd be able to reason with them. You can't be serious. At the very least, we'd like to avoid any provocation at all costs. Is this new model really all that? The armored cars we were using before were pretty top of the line in terms of defense and mobility, if I remember right. Trust me, it is. The new model is an upgraded, more combat-oriented version of our old cars. It's equipped with Vulcan cannons, miniature missile pods, and has sent an entire overhaul when it comes to its base firepower. If you've inspected the CGF entire arsenal, it would easily come out on top. No doubt about it. Gotcha. I agree with you. Then... wait, what? Gotcha. I agree with you, then. Leaving that out in the open sounds a bit too dicey. So, where exactly is that oh so wonderful commander right now anyway? This is still his office, ain't it? It is. He's just away at the moment. He headed out this morning and left us to sort out this mess. He said he couldn't possibly call off all the sorries he was hosting for the festival and flake out on Crossbell's top elites. I think not. Sounds like him, alright. The more I hear about this commander, the less I'm eager to meet him. Anyway, we really want to move the armored car out of the public eye ASAP. Will you help us find the key? We'd be happy to help, Warrant Officer. Really? Thank you very much. Now, would you mind helping us retrace the commander's steps? Did he mention anything that might give us any leads? Let me think. If you like to hear what I was able to get out of him this morning, I would be happy to share. That should suffice. When the commander returned, he had the armored car parked inside of the gate, and he took the key from the soldier driving. And then, I imagine he was craving a light snack to wash down all the alcohol. So he stopped by the mess hall and had one of the cooks make him some food. Afterwards, he waltzed up to the roof and sung his heart out for quite a while. Once he finally tired himself out, he realized he had no idea where the key had gone. He sounds like a proper drunk. I think it was a miracle that he made it up to the rooftop at all. I think it was a miracle that he made it up to the rooftop at all, given his condition. Just another day in the life for that deadbeat. From what we just heard, we know for a fact that the key was lost while he was gallivanting around the gate. And if that's the case, we shouldn't have to worry about searching anywhere other than Belgard Gate. I agree, Ellie. Alright then, we should perform a sweep of the general area first. Who knows, we might find some clues or with luck, the key. Warrant Officer Mirel, would you like to accompany us on our search? I'm afraid not. I feel like I would just get in the way if I came alone. I'll still be doing what I can to find it though, starting with tearing apart the commander's office. Don't you worry about a thing. Even in the most desperate of situations, you can always count on old Randy to help you out of a pinch. Jeez, I really am counting on you, Randy, so I hope you can live up to that big talk. We should go ahead and commence our search for the key. Let's start by checking the armored car itself. Alright. Armored car it is. Where did that come from? So, according to Mirel, the commander parked the car here, and it hasn't been moved since. I'd say we search for the area for the key, but I assume the CGF would have found it if it was actually here. That's a good point. It would be a waste of time to search the area again. Besides, the car has those bulky Vulcan cannons atop. We can't exactly remove the tarp, take a closer look. Damn, I kinda wanted to see this baby in all its glory. Randy, have you ridden in an armored car like this before? This model should be a modified edition of the conventional armored car, so it should feel largely the same. Nah, that's just something I'm kinda curious about. If they got permission to use them, I'm sure they'd be super nice for patrols and stuff like that. I bet Noel'll die of happiness. Huh, I think you might be right. Huh? It looks like we have visitors from the Empire. Let's go check it out. Whoa, a limo? It appears to be Reinford's company. Who owns this? Wait a second. Oh, if it isn't the fine lady and gentleman of the special support section. Good day, everyone. I trust that Crossbow has been treating you well? Uncle Dieter? It's been a while, sir. Ah ha ha, it has indeed. You'll have to forgive me. Did my arrival get you in the way of your duties? Not at all. This guy's suave as ever, I see. Are you returning from a business trip by any chance, sir? That's right, negotiations in the Empire. But that aside, I can't help but ask that a great big thing sitting behind you. I can't help but ask about that great thing sitting behind you. I guess it's hard not to notice. It's kind of a long story. I see. Allow me to make an educated guess then. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it must be one of the CGF's new armored cars or something like that, right? How did you... Did I catch you off guard? There's a simple explanation, I assure you. You see, at the party I attended yesterday, I ran into CGF Commander. He, in his drunkenness, mentioned something about that very car to one of his subordinates, I believe. I've sat with him in multiple parties now, and I really do think he should work on that drinking problem of his. That answers that. You must have left for the Empire directly after the party, correct? And if that's the case, you might have a clue we're looking for. What exactly do you mean? Allow me to explain. The SSS informed Dieter of the situation and their support request. I think I'm starting to understand. That would certainly explain why there's an armored vehicle with mounted guns just sitting in the middle of a high traffic area. However, I'm afraid I won't be much of help to you at all. Like I said earlier, I had negotiations in the Empire today, so I had to leave the party early in order to make it on time. In other words, by the time the commander made it back to Belgard Gate, I was already long gone. Jeez, what a bummer. Guess all we can do is stick to retracing his steps. This may be presumptuous of me to ask, but can I give you a piece of advice I was given by Bell a long time ago? Mariabel gave you advice? Again, it was many years ago, but I had the habit of losing things. There were just so many projects I had to keep track of, I couldn't help but misplace a document here and there. Really? I would have never guessed that, judging by how you act now. Aha, I feel part of it has to do with my still being young and inexperienced at the time, too. Anyway, every time I would lose something, Belle would always be there to find it for me. And each time she would let out a great big sigh and tell me this. Father, how many times do I need to tell you? When you lose something, you have to look where you'd least expect it to be. Search the unexpected places. Well, I guess that makes a certain amount of sense. In short, Belle was simply trying to tell me to change my perspective. Though I don't know how useful you all will find this advice, of course. No, sir, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ha ha ha. I don't know if I've been much help, but I hope you find what you're looking for. Oh dear, I seem to have gotten carried away with our conversation. I think my car might be a bit of a nuisance sitting in the middle of the gate like this. If you'll excuse me. Oh, have a safe drive home, sir. Thank you, sir. Until we meet again, SSS. Never changes, that guy. I like that guy. Dieter is great. You know, he gave us some pretty valuable advice. Change our perspective, huh? That's definitely we forgot to think about. It might be the key to finding this key. Now then, let's keep retracing the commander steps and see where that takes us. I believe Warrant Officer Morel told us that after the commander parked the car, he went to the mess hall. Yeah, let's take our investigation right there. The mess hall, that's this, right? Yo, Stella, keeping yourself busy? Oh, Randy, funny seeing you here. Were you wanting to order something? No, not exactly. We're searching for an armored car key, as per Warrant Officer Morel's request. Oh, so you guys are the ones who got stuck with that. The warrant officer already asked me to look around. I combed over the mess hall high and low, but it's nowhere to be found. I suppose we can mark the mess hall off our list then. We are in the process of retracing the commander's steps. Do you mind recounting what you witnessed last night? Sure, I don't mind. The first day of the anniversary festival was incredibly hectic here. I was finally winding down from the craziness of the day when the commander stormed in here, utterly wasted. All of a sudden he yelled at me to cook something that I would sober him up. So I had to do some forced overtime. And because of that, I wasn't able to get around to any prep work I needed to do for today. Whoa, he sounded pretty terrible. Oh, for sure. Guy swaggers around like he owns the place, but he doesn't do a lick of actual work. It sounds like he's the complete opposite of Deputy Commander Bales. Excuse me, would you know if he had the key on him while he was eating his meal? Beats me. I only heard about it being lost when I woke up this morning, so I'm afraid I wasn't really paying attention. Is that so? There's no way of knowing whether he had the key here or not. What's everyone doing gathered around in this mess hall? Good timing, Beyond. These people are helping the CGF recover that key or whatever. Nice to meet you. We're the Special Support Section. Oh yeah, I've heard about you all. Nice to meet you too. Hey, Beyond. Still the same military buff as always? Afraid so. It's been a while, Randy. So, Beyond, did you end up finding the key, you know? The one the warrant officer told us about? After giving it a quick search, I can safely say that it isn't in the inn. I'm pretty sure the commander didn't bother heading after his meal anyway. Sorry, but what do you mean by pretty sure? Weren't you in the inn last night? I imagine you would know whether he came in or not, right? I'd finished my work for the day by then, so I was actually taking a break up on the roof when he got back. Wait, hold on. Did you remember something? Yeah, I passed by him as I was leaving the roof. And if I'm not wrong, I remember him spinning around something that looks like a keychain. That must have been the key you all are looking for. Then that means it's extremely likely the commander had the key until he headed up for the roof after leaving the mess hall. It bothers me that he would act so nonchalant with something so important. I certainly agree, but at least we picked up a valuable statement. Ha ha ha. Good thing that memory of yours finally kicked in, eh? Better late than never, right? Ha. You've got to be kidding me. Do you realize how much time I wasted searching the mess hall because of you? I'm sorry about that. Well, I think it's time for me to head back to work. See you later, Stella. He ran. Well, thanks to him, we finally got ourselves a solid lead. Thanks for all your help too, Stella. Randy's right. Even though you only knew it wasn't in the mess hall, that narrowed down our list of potential hiding places significantly. You're welcome. I'm not really sure how important this key is, but please find it, not just for the CGF's sake, but for Warrant Officer Morel's. We'll do our best, I promise. Now, is our next destination the roof? I mean, it would be on the way to the roof, probably. Is it not somewhere around here? Well, we made it to the roof. According to Warrant Officer Morel, the CGF commander sung his heart out up here. I imagine it took a while to climb the stairs while he was under the influence. Yes, but our biggest issue is that he doesn't remember where exactly he misplaced the key. If he were to lose it anywhere, and this would be the place. Let's try searching for a while and see where that takes us. Wait, is that it? Wire. Just where in the world could this key be? What's this? The lid of a juice can. Yeah, we can just throw this away. What's that shiny object there? Oh, it was just a 10 mirror coin. The commander probably dropped it. That tunnel leads into Erebonia, right? That's right. More specifically, the tunnel and the fortified mountain base up ahead both comprise Garrelia Fortress. As the Empire's easternmost stronghold, it is used to keep Calvert in check. Seeing it this close, I cannot help but feel incredibly intimidated by the Empire. Haha, I can't blame you for feeling that way, Teota. After all, that mountains hide in two of the Imperium's scariest weapons, the railway guns. Railway guns? I feel like I've heard of them somewhere before. I'm sure you have. They're the pride and joy of the Imperial Army. They're ultimate weapons of mass destruction. Heard those bad boys fire up to 80 Reach cells. Interesting. So these are battle weapons developed by the Reinford Company. 2 years ago, tensions between the Empire and the Republic had finally reached a breaking point. While both countries began to conduct large-scale military exercises, the wall over there opened, revealing their two enormous railway guns. Weapons which have the capacity to hit Crossbell City, if Erebonia were to unleash them. Tragedy would be unavoidable. The Crossbell Times never once mentioned these while I was living in Calvert. I never knew these things were that unstable at the time. Well, as you can see, they've got that trump card stored away right now. We might owe the Librarian's Queen non-aggression pact thanks for that. Definitely. I'd always heard that she was an admirable person, but I have a newfound respect for her now. Looks like we got sidetracked. We should continue our search for the key. We've already searched every place. It might be up here, haven't we? We already searched every place. It might be up here, haven't we? Well, at the very least, we know for a fact that the commander was up here. True, but we may have made a mistake to assume that he dropped the key on the roof. If that were the case, the guardsman would have found it immediately. Considering what Mr. Croy told us earlier, we might need to change our perspective on this entire thing. It's only a possibility, but what if the key fell into a place that we can't normally reach? Let's investigate every nook and cranny of this place one more time. You think the key is up on the roof? Dyla and I searched the entire roof front to back, but came up with zilch. But hey, we might have underlooked something. I hope you have better luck than searching than we did. Say, last night Commander came up here and couldn't stop singing, loudly I might add. I was hoping to get some rest from labors, but that didn't happen. Maybe it fell down there. Maybe we should go down there. Alright. Huh? Lloyd? What's the matter? I see it. How the hell did it end up in a place like that? Given its true location, I am not surprised that they were unable to find the key, no matter how much they scoured the gate. For now, let's let the warrant officer know. We should be able to reach it with a ladder, hopefully. Hopefully they have one around here we can borrow. Right, let's go find her. I think you were looking for this? Randy handed the key to the armored car over to Morel and explained how they found it. It seriously ended up in a place like that? I never would have found it then. What probably happened is that your commander dropped it while he was singing on the roof. That aside, I'm just relieved that you were able to find it. Thanks to you, we can finally move the armored car someplace where tourists won't stumble across it. I guess I'm in your debt this time, Randy. Don't worry about it. But, if you really want to make things even, how about going on a date with me? It'd be a good time. I don't know what I was expecting. Idiots never change, do they? Well, thank you for everything, SSS. You're welcome. If you ever need anything from us, all you have to do is submit a support request. I'll keep that in mind. Now, if you'll excuse me. Case closed, eh? I suppose so. I wasn't sure we would find the key for a second there. If a stranger picked it up, I don't know what we would have done. Considering where it was dropped, I'd say we got lucky. I'm inclined to agree. Incidents like this could be avoided if the commander was a bit more observant. He's always been an incompetent jackass who only thinks about himself, even back when I was stationed there. If we didn't find that key, Morel probably would have taken the heat for losing it. That man is hopeless. No denying that. Still, at least we know that there are people like the deputy commander and the warrant officer doing honest work in the CGF. I'd like to think that most of the guardsmen are following suit despite everything. Good point, Lloyd. Well, time to head out? Yeah, let's go. Alright, that wasn't too hard, How about we leave to Crossbell and turn in the quest? So, if I'm not mistaken, the only quest we have left is the urgent one, right?
皆さん、それではわわランクアップですね。おめでとうございます。お疲れ様で。
Yeah, only the missing doctor one. Alright, we'll read that in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.